What's going on, family? Welcome back to the channel, man. Listen, now, I know there's a lot of videos going back and forth. I'm gonna get caught up on all these videos. I got y'all. But today we're gonna be checking out the video that Abba and Preach put out in more detail, calling out your boy Stevie Knight with, the receipts, the facts, and they kind of slowed it down and kind of went into it here for us, man. So let's get straight into this video. Let's go.
We're doing another Stevie Knight video, and I know that half of you are like,
I could care less. I could care less about
Stevie Knight. He has a titled video called Damn, Is ABBA Fake?
I cannot say that I saw this coming. ABBA ain't no stranger to doing the extra, so.
Okay, so I'm gonna just summarize this first point, but I'll link the video below so you guys can go watch it. For those of you who didn't watch the debate, consider yourselves lucky. Here's a recap.
I feel like it felt like, I didn't feel like, I feel like, do you feel like? I feel like I could care less about why you feel the way you feel. I'm not a fucking machine. They need to be controlled. They need to be decapitated to feel heard. I feel like everybody's gonna feel differently. There is emotion tied to it, bro. I'm a human being.
Yeah.
Some children are born in fucked up circumstances, bro. It is what it is. So logically, it is what it is. Oh, that's cap.
That's cap? Did you Google it? Did you Google it?
A lot of what his own rhetoric is based around is people on the left side of things, left-leaning folks are always emotional, but I'm glad he kind of highlighted that in the very beginning there, just kind of displaying that all of his talking points, all of his arguments came from how he felt, man. And that's just what it was, man. It's how he felt, why I feel like. And then when Abba said, hey, all right, did you Google it? Like he just said right there, did you Google it? Did you get the facts out? He said, I don't care about the facts, bro. I don't care about the facts. I'm just gonna base my argument around how I feel. And we all know that's not how shit go, man. But listen, I'm glad he's showing that for display. Shout out to Abbott, dog.
I don't need to Google it. Somebody Google it in the chat. I don't even need to look up the stat. Every motherfucker engaged in evil could burn.
During our debate, there was a discussion
crazy
about school, food lunches, starvation, food insecurity. Stevie and Kirk were constantly making this point that like kids are not starving, so we don't need these free lunches in school. There's other ways for the kids to get food. Okay, that's pretty much the general gist of it. I try to explain that like not everyone has good parents. Food stamps are not always accessible. 7-year-old can't apply for food stamps. Stevie's like, listen, it's not a real problem. Kids are not emaciated, dying on the side of the street. And he harps on the fact that during the debate, Stevie himself was talking about starvation, like third world starvation, like kids, skinny bones, big belly, dying,
Dog, this isn't fucking people. It's not a famish going on. People are not dying because
no, they're not dying. But
famish.
I was talking about that. You were talking about a different problem that's less serious, and it's kind of disingenuous of you, Abba, to misrepresent me.
We can't be switching words out now, man. Food insecurity is entirely different than starving. That was the question posed in that debate with Kirk.
Ah, man. See, now you can't just nitpick certain words out of an entire debate, man. Listen, you lost the debate, dog. You lost the debate, and instead of just being a man, you out here coping, bruh, on the internet. You're coping with the loss. Instead of just learning and growing from the situation, you clearly haven't. Because as we all know, you followed up with another video, you went right back to pandering, which is crazy. Let's keep it going.
Shouldn't have used the word starvation when I was talking, man. Even though us in colloquial terms, be like, yo, I'm starving today, I need to eat. In a discussion, you should define terms. Man. That's my fault.
You also gave yourself a 3 out of 10.
For the debate performance?
Yes.
Yeah, I made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah. I gotta agree with Preach on that one, man. I think on that debate, to be honest, Abba wasn't 100% focused on what the hell Stevie was saying. I think a lot of the distraction was from he was reading the chat, trying to organize a screen between the divide in the middle. He wasn't 100% focused on what the context of what Stevie Knight was talking about, because we all know if he was focused on it, it would have been a landslide, man. It would have been a landslide. So to be honest, Stevie Knight should be happy that Abba kind of took it light, because if he was locked in, we've seen Abba do much more damage. Let's just be honest, man. Come on.
Don't like is this very bad faith interpretation on his behalf. When him and Kirk argue against school lunches, them talking about starvation, these programs were never implemented to stop famine. They were not put in place so that kids were about to die on the side of the street and like, hey, here's a little sandwich at lunchtime. They were put in place to combat malnutrition because a lot of folks who didn't have access to food would show up, not eat, and their performance levels at school were bad.
All of this
They couldn't
is
pay attention. That's what the program is
common
about.
sense.
I personally think it's incredibly bad faith to come to a debate about a topic, about a policy, and argue against something that's never intended for. And throughout the debate with him too, I mentioned it. If you just Google it, it's like so many kids today here in America, you could look it up, the statistics, that have malnutrition, that have food scarcity, that have all these problems. It stunts their growth. It fucks them up in terms of their academic success. If we were talking about kids dying on the side of the street, why the would I be talking about the fact that they won't get a good grade? And who cares? If we were talking about something that was terminal, I think I'd probably be like, how do we save these kids from dying?
I understand what you're trying to say. What I don't understand is why the f are we debating school lunches?
Sure.
Like you're trying to make a whole point about, F them kids.
You know, you just shitty parents. I get it, dog. This life is fucking hard, dog. And some children are born in fucked up circumstances.
Yeah, and just to dive back onto that, if you haven't seen the debate, you guys, I'll tag the link to that in the description of this video. Bro, Stevie Knight's arguments were so astronomically terrible, bro. I mean, he shouldn't have been up there, man. I mean, it's okay to debate, go against it, have this a conversation with your fellow man, but everything he was saying was in bad faith, bro. Everything he was saying was in bad faith. Come on.
What? Why do you go against that?
I know.
That's the debate.
Y'all don't want to give that
That's
to kids,
the
but
debate.
prisoners get it, military members get it, a whole bunch of different adults get it. Also, aren't we a first world country? Like, just because we're not dealing with third world country problems, don't we solve them all the time? It's like saying, yo, we don't need to make our roads better because we don't have dirt roads like third world country.
Show me a single child in America going hungry. Doesn't exist.
Doesn't
just not
exist.
true.
And I like how even after the fact that, Charlie Kirk has passed, you know what I mean? Not that he passed away, but now people are starting to slow down a little bit, going back and looking at what he's saying. They're actually doing the research. And I've seen clip after clip after clip of your boy getting debunked using statistical data. And I love it. I'm here for it. Come on.
We have a child obesity problem, not a child starvation problem in this country.
I don't understand this thing where it's like, it has to be one or the other. You can have rich and poor people, you can have educated people, and Stevie Knight. Both of those things can all coexist like that.
Americans don't know what starving is. We don't know what starving is, man. But, I see what he's doing here. He's playing semantics and moving the goalpost with this conversation, bro.
I love how you accuse me of playing semantics.
That's what
He spent 13 minutes talking about starvation versus food insecurity and not getting enough meals.
That's comedy gold right there.
If
comedy
you talk
gold.
like that about kids not having access to food, is it any wonder why people think you guys are monsters?
Bruh, here we go, bro. He taking me out of context again. See, I ain't shit. He ain't shit.
Every time someone's too stupid to enunciate their own point, they always say I was taken out of context. No, you just don't know how to communicate.
Okay, Abba, talk your shit. Okay, we hear you out here, all right? Say it with the chest, man. Come on.
To enunciate their own
Run it
point,
back.
they always say I was taken out of context. No, you just don't know how to communicate.
That's it.
Maybe if you got a school lunch every time in the 3rd grade, you'd be able to read, speak, and think past a 4th grade level. Maybe. I think you needed them school lunches, Stevie. I was taken out of context. After a while, is it people taking you out of context or you don't know how to communicate? I'm just asking. The thing you're going to know, he's a big-time fence sitter. He just won't take a stance. The whole thing is like, I don't care. I ain't pro-life. I ain't pro-choice. I don't care if the kids get the food, but I'm a capitalist. I'm against government handouts. I don't want the government to come save the world. But I don't care if they pass a program. If it happens, it happens. It's like probably anti-abortion. Am I right?
No, I don't know. I could care less. I'm not pro. I'm not anti. I respect this. I don't agree with it.
But you want the government to get involved and stop abortions.
I never said. I don't give a fuck about what anybody does with abortion.
But did you say it's a bigger problem?
Yeah, I said it's a bigger problem, but I didn't give a solution to it. I know it's a problem. I never said what I want to do about it. I could care less. Like, it is what it is, dog. This life is fucking hard, dog. And some children are born in fucked up circumstances, bro.
You want this?
I never said want. I said these resources are available to them.
But that's what your solution is, right? You're
That's
fine.
not my solution.
Yeah, I mean, even like throughout that debate, man, when Stevie was backed into a corner as far as his argument, when Abba kind of pushed back a little bit, Stevie kind of just said, you know what, I don't really care about the subject. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't pertain to my life. But you're here arguing. You're here arguing points. Then when you start losing the argument, you don't care about it. What the hell, we in 3rd grade? What's going on here, bro? It's elementary school?
What is your opinion? I don't have any solutions, bro. I'm not saying what my solution is. I'm saying this solution exists.
Right.
Like, I genuinely, guys, Maybe I needed the school lunches in school. Maybe I just don't get what this guy's
The
talking
whole
Telling
debate was just eye roll.
about. Yeah.
I wouldn't disagree with you with that, but I don't disagree with Kirk either.
Huh? I'm both anti-gun and pro-gun. You know what I'm saying?
You can't
I could
make
care
it
less,
up,
bro.
You
I
can't
could care
make it
less.
up.
I don't know. I could care less. I could care less. I could care less.
But then when you go to his channel, he cares a whole lot, man. Especially when you're trying to shit on black people. Apparently, you care a lot about that. Whenever a black person does something that you don't agree with, you dropping video after video after video about that. You care about that. But you know what I'm saying? Hopefully you turn a new leaf, man. Hopefully you turn a new leaf, man. That's good.
I couldn't care less, right? Stevie, you deserve their school lunches. I'm sorry it wasn't given to you.
I could care less.
And here's the thing that's funny. Remember when he said he's not pro-choice or pro-life? But he refers to it as killing babies.
Abortions and food insecurity. Why are we comparing killed babies to babies that are alive?
And that's what we call, when we say moving the goalposts, ladies and gentlemen, that's what was done there, bro. Now, having the argument on abortion specifically, that's a whole different argument, my boy. We could talk about that. You guys could have debated specifically abortion. But that wasn't what we're talking about right now, man. It's crazy.
Well, I don't know. I could care less. I respect his stance. I'm not pro, I'm not anti. I respect his stance. I don't agree with it, of course.
Killed
Babies. I don't give a fuck about what anybody does with abortion.
What? You couldn't care less about what they do with abortion, but you also think that they're killing babies. Would you guys understand how much of a fence sitter and sociopathic person you have to be to really have that worldview? I really think that, I think abortion is murder. But
I could care less.
Like the pro-choice people don't think the fetus is a child. That's why they're justified in their position.
Yeah.
And the pro-life people think it is. So that's he's saying it is a baby, and I don't care if they die. But he did a more recent video, one that you haven't seen, because he got a lot of backlash after he put out this video. His own fans were turning on him like, "Yo, Stevie, you're bugging."
Like, he wouldn't have got all those terrible comments in his comment section if only he would have just have been a man about it and said, you know what, I lost the debate. It is what it is. I'll live and learn. I'll do better next time. I will try using Google next time before I open my mouth and spread propaganda and be better. But instead, you capitulated. You went right back into the pandering box that got you to 500,000 views or 500,000 subscribers. You went right back. You went right back to the good old faithful. And you thought people wasn't going to catch on to that, man. It doesn't work like that, man. This is the internet, sir. It doesn't work like that. Come on.
The comment section was flaming.
They were going crazy.
Titled, "Am I sellout to black people?"
Rightfully so.
Liquor, coon, coconut, sellout.
And I was going to do a reaction to this video. I did watch this video in full. I just couldn't do it, bro. The pandering and the verbiage he was using in this video, he was just going on a world tour to show people he's still a conservative. He's still got the white folks. He's still going bash black people. It just got to the point where I was like, all right, he's just performing. He's a performer. He's an actor at this point. I just couldn't bring myself doing a reaction to it, man.
Situation, bro. These labels have been flying at your boy. Black man with more of a conservative take on things, like thinking black people need to be a monolith. Like all black people need to look the same and feel the same.
Nobody
and do
said
things the
that.
same.
Sure, but that's not the case right now. That's not the reason why.
Nobody said nothing.
I understand what you're saying, but that's not what's happening.
Black man with more of a conservative take, black culture is going to despise.
This idea that black folks are somehow incredibly liberal, and that's not true. A lot of social issues relating to transness, gay marriage. There's no group that's more against it than black folks in the USA. The highest religious group in the USA is also black folks by percentage. I think people believe that either because they're never around black folks or know nothing about them. They think that how people vote maps on one-to-one with what their values are, and that's just not true.
Regardless of what it is that I'm saying, for people to view me and judge me on what I'm saying based on my skin tone.
They call you a sellout because of the kind of shit you produce. You're not even presenting their arguments of why they think you're a sellout. I want you guys to go to his channel, Night Talk. Go to the search button. Oh, shit. Not my feelings. Facts. Search the word black.
Talk your shit, dog. Keep talking your shit. I'm here for it, brother. I'm here for it. Come on.
See how many videos
That's all
this
he do.
guy makes shitting on black people
That's all
and
he
black
do.
culture. Now, I did take the time to click on a lot of these videos just to make sure, but let's look at some of these titles. I hate black people. And he agrees with them for a lot of the video. Black people are sick of black people. Dear black people, you suck. Black men don't date black women. Black people don't want to hear this. Only weak black men date white women. You know, shout out to, because he's dating a white woman. He's got a complex. He's a little bit, you know, insecure about that. He does get comments though, so I get it. Black Lives Matter 2.0? I hate black women. Black people have to stop being victims. She told, white people, finally, she told white people to stay out of the Black Panther. Okay, so it's still critiquing a black person on behalf of white people. This makes black women look so bad.
Man.
And you gotta appreciate the hypocrisy. They'll be like, oh my God, these people think about race way too much. And they make that much amount of content about black
race.
people. Now flip it. Put in the word white. You will not find a single video. Even though there's mass shootings, even though just recently there was a guy who ran up on that church and blasted a bunch of people, a MAGA guy, he hasn't covered it. Will he ever talk about any of these topics that plague certain communities? No.
That's the problem, bro. And it's like you gotta call it down the middle, man. You can't ignore all the stuff that other people are going through in the world and try to portray black people in a negative light, or black people as criminals and black people as terrorists, when the people doing the real terrorism aren't this color right here, man. In America, at least, you know what I mean. So that point Albert just pointed out was critical, man. And it's embarrassing, man, for a black man to build your whole audience revolving around hating your own race, shitting on your own race, and he's trapped. He can no longer be a free man, man, because the moment he starts making videos supporting black folk consistently, he's going to lose his fan base, man. They're going to call him woke. They're going to call him a liberal. They're going to call him a Democrat. You know what I mean? Because you can't be an intelligent black man in this world and think freely and logically under those circumstances, man. They don't like that shit, all right?
Will he ever talk about any of these topics that plague certain communities? No. Now, you might say, but asymmetry is not necessarily a bad thing. And I agree. Sometimes you might have an asymmetry in the kind of things you make because you have more proximity to something. Fair. Do you do so in a nuanced way? Other communities have this, that. No, you don't contextualize it. You just be like, they're bad, they're bad, they're bad. And then let's go to your audience. Why are they there? Why do you have so many people being like, fuck yeah, Stevie, you're based? Stevie tried one time. Stevie made a video about Nick Fuentes talking crazy about black folks.
Well, I guess Nick Fuentes, he's on another racist tangent. But with that, I'm in agreement with a lot of things that he says outside of the generalization of black folk. Cause your boy got some ghetto fatigue.
That video is one of his most disliked videos. And he hasn't talked about the criticism he got in that video. He hasn't talked about the backlash. He didn't make a follow-up on that one. His audience was shitting on him en masse. Why? Because they're like, yo, Nick Fuentes is based. He's right about what he's saying. You don't have to believe me. Go look at Night Talk channel and see the kind of content he produces. And then you come tell me why people might think you a sellout. Maybe they don't want you to
think. That boy is a sellout, man. That's an absolute fact. What are we talking about here? He probably made at least a cool $1 million off selling out black people, man. All right. Stop playing with him, bro. Let's get it. Come on now.
manufacture a narrative that only the black community seems to have problems, because that's all you ever talk about. That's something that's always interesting to me, is like black conservatives will often get very defensive when they get called out on stuff. But it's like, sometimes it's not about what you say. It's about what you don't say. It's a lack of fairness. Imagine being in a family, you and your siblings all cause problems, and your parent only comes after you to scold you. At some point, you'd be like, shit, I know I'm fucking up, but like, bro and sis fucking up too. He might lie now. He might say, oh, disproportionate. Like, yo, there's some crimes that even when you go proportionate, white people commit more. If you want to look at political violence, which you seem to care so much about since you made 20 videos on your daddy Kirk, that's almost exclusively white men. But if I'm wrong, Stevie, prove it. Why don't you spend the next year covering the other stuff? Let's see how well your channel going through. Let's see them dislikes. Let's see how your audience that you think are there for you, and not because you're a bootlicker, let's see how long they last. And if I'm wrong, you know what up, Stevie? I'll put my money where my mouth is. I'll give you 50 grand if you spend a year doing that kind of content, because there's evil, right? It's about evil.
It should be a good versus evil thing.
I'll put 50 grand in escrow and I'll watch. And you show me the analytics. You show me the audience you cultivated. I don't want to talk about feelings. I want to see facts.
The thing that happened is that you probably just found the reason why he's fan sitting, because he doesn't want to necessarily upset the black, and he also doesn't necessarily want to upset the whites. So he's like, man, me no say, bro, I don't know.
Imagine being a robot. Imagine being a bot where you have to say things that other people want you to say. And so that at that point, you're a puppet. They're going to move their hands and your mouth's going to move, man. All right? No integrity, man. You got to stand on that shit. You got to get to a certain point, even if you're a YouTuber, content creator. If you believe something, speak on that. It don't matter what race you are, what sex you are, speak on it. If you feel like something is going on in the world and you have a platform, speak on that. You might lose subscribers. That's okay. You might lose followers. That's going to be all right, but at least you can stand with integrity, which is something a lot of folks don't have nowadays, man. It is what it is. Let's go.
Want to upset the whites. So he's like, man, me no say, bro, I don't know. What you think? Meh. That's what it is. And now he's getting the flag. And he's saying that it's really black people shitting on him. But I've seen in the comments, it's not just black people.
Absolutely.
It's people that even agree with Kirk. Mm-hmm. It's even people that agree with Kirk who's like, yo, I agree with Kirk, but you're crazy on that debate.
Right.
Because no matter on what side you are, yo, not caring about kids is evil. And you should receive whatever you're supposed to receive because you're evil, right? Anyways, your words. Never mind.
Every motherfucker engaged in evil
Okay, preach.
could burn. It is war
hear
because
you.
ain't no talking to them. Ain't nothing you say to them. They need to be controlled. They need to be fucking exiled, decapitated, whatever your cup of tea is, bro. There's no talking, bro.
It's like you are the extremist. You don't see yourself that way because everyone thinks they're the good and moral one. And Stevie thinks this is personal. It's not that I hate you. I don't give a fuck about you. But
You know
we as
what,
content
though?
creators,
I'm happy that Abba is using his platform at this current moment in time, partially to spend some time on calling out, the coon tubers. All right, this was a point in life where I'm like, you know what, 2025, I'm here for it, bro, and I'm gonna support it, bro, because we got to get to a point where these folks who are selling out their race, selling out their people, being disingenuous about their talking points, have to be called out in real time, bro. They have to be called out in real time, bro. You know what I mean? Or else they're just gonna foster the next generation to think it's okay. Like the Cartier family. They all really think that it's okay. We're making money, so it's all good. And it doesn't work like that, man. Continue with Abram Preach, bro. Continue it. Come on.
Stevie thinks this is personal. It's not that I hate you. I don't give a fuck about you. But we as content creators have influence.
Yeah.
And I'm just so sick of content creators and all this like, yo, get your money, bro. Get your bag. Yeah, you know what? I'd probably make a couple extra meals just grifting too. I think it's okay to have higher standards of people who make this kind of money. But maybe I'm just virtue signaling. I'm moral high ground. I don't even know how it's moral high ground. I don't know what the fuck y'all niggas grew up on. I grew up on like superhero shows and like basic shit like Great Responsibility. Is that moral high ground? Was Uncle Ben?
Remember, with great power comes great responsibility.
You know, another show that was dope when I was growing up as a kid, bro, another cartoon, bro, was Captain Planet, bro. Can you imagine if they redid Captain Planet right now, how upset conservatives would be about that show, bro? How the far right would be trying to cancel Captain Planet right now when you got Latinos, you got Chinese, black folk, white folk just coming together to work together to save, you know what I'm saying, the world one day at a time. That show would be a triggering point for the far right now, Captain Planet, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Come on, let's get back into it.
Uncle Ben, moral high ground. Well, I have a moral high ground. Why? Because I think a kid who don't have a meal should have a lunch. Oh, you just appeal to emotion. Y'all realize that if Jesus existed today and met some of these people in the comment section, he'd be like, let the children first be fed. They need not go away. You give them something to eat. Appeal to emotions. You're just trying to manipulate us into paying for welfare. No. I'm saying that children first should be fed. Why are you, as one of my followers, disagreeing with that? Stop taking me out of context. You're manufacturing a narrative, and I could care less. I could care less. And also, the audience, you guys should demand more. This whole like, yo, get your money, bro, get your bag, when he's advocating for shit that harms so many people.
That's against you and that's harms people.
Yeah, oh yeah, get your bag. I hate the fact that now as a society, all we worship is money.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. There you go. That's my little rant.
That's a good rant.
Man, I remember back in the day, man, people stood on business, man. The MLK days, man, they didn't care about no bus. They said we gonna boycott the bus. We're gonna walk to work for months. We're not paying no toll. We're gonna stand up for integrity, man. What happened to the good old days, man? People are too obsessed with material things, man. But, you know, we'll turn that back around, man. Slowly but surely, guaranteed to get money back. Come on.
There you go. That's my little rant.
That's a good rant.
That was good, man.
It's a good rant.
Oh, that's cap.
That's cap? Did you Google it? Did you Google it?
I don't need to Google it. Somebody Google it in the chat.
That was the point.
Facts?
Where
No, I don't have to do that. I just know.
I walked out.
Okay,
bro.
you think you know everything. When people just know and they don't have to Google, they don't have to check the facts, guess what? There's no talking to them. They don't have to check the facts. Oh, I know. How? I just know. How am I going to debate that? How am I going to go against, how am I going to talk to you with common sense? Like, oh yeah, look at this fact, look at this fact. I'm not looking, and I'm presenting you the facts.
But people are going to believe what they want to believe.
Damn.
People are going to hear what they want to hear. Once people have it made up in their mind of how you are, how whomever is, there's nothing you can tell them or show them to make them feel otherwise. One of the most difficult things to do is to change somebody's mind on anything, right? Even if you give them facts. Give them facts to change their mind, bro. But them facts ain't facting because I feel strongly about whatever this is, right? Which also is an indication of stupidity, right? Low intelligence, where you are given information that contradicts your information, which should make you feel differently, man. But when you so emotionally attached to this, regardless of what anybody says, it don't matter.
Isn't Stevie describing himself?
Oh, dog.
I don't even need to look up the stats.
Oh, dog.